Hi everybody, it's Hayden Crawford here from the Dreamtime Academy and welcome to your Friday Starseed Numerology readings. I hope you've had a great week. What's been going on for you? Are you feeling good? Have you had a good week? What's actually been happening? I know there's quite a lot of random energies going on at the moment and we've got a lot of planets in retrograde. So I know that sometimes we feel when retrogrades are around that our lives are going backwards. Have you noticed that this week? I've certainly had a few of my own little trials and tribulations this week, but all good really. It's just what life is all about. It's a rich tapestry, isn't it, of amazing things happening and then some not so great things happening. And really, we have to try and navigate our way through this web of stories that we create for ourselves. So yeah, today we're going to be looking at your birth date and your name, and actually looking at the influences of those things and how they, can end up sort of rubbing off on your personality blueprint, your strengths and weaknesses, soul purpose and direction, and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. So it really is a really fantastic way, and it's an amazing tool to be able to understand yourself and what you're here to do and why you're here. And when you know that, you can kind of go about your business with a lot more ease and grace, and it uplifts your own vibration and ripples out into the world around you, making everybody else feel great too. So, we're all about aligning to our starseed origins, and that's what this show is all about. Really, it's about using this fantastic color therapy system which is behind me to be able to reveal some subconscious and conscious patterning that may be holding you back, that you may have inherited from your date of birth and your living name as well. So it's an interesting and very accurate science. This actually, it's not just woo-woo stuff. It's proper proper science, and it was developed, this system behind me, by a lady called Melissa Jolly in South Africa, and the numerology is Pythagorean numerology that we're doing today. So yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic way of being able to get some proper truth about what you're here to do and why you're here. So hi to Quinn Hauser, nice to see you here today. It's Friday, Quinn. Can you believe it? You survived another week. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today for some reason. I always get that in the morning, like for about half an hour. I get this it's like a tickly cough or something. I don't know what it's there for, but then it goes, it disappears. But I think I maybe talk too much. Probably that's what my problem is, eh? Who else is here today? And where are you from in the world? So Quinn, you got your numerology report, I take it? Your Starseed numerology report, hopefully, and you've read through that and you liked it, did you, Quinn? Yeah? That was something that resonated with you. Which star system were you from again, Quinn? I can't remember. It's been quite a busy week this week with orders. Like, we've had all of the colour mirrors arrive this week from South Africa. A massive box of over 200 bottles of these incredible vibrational remedies, and we're frantically trying to box them all up and send them out in the post. So with our sort of room that we use for our colour mirrors room is just full of boxes and bottles and bubble wrap. It's it's all the bees basically. Hiya, gender fluid druid, nice to see you, Nathan. How are you going? Quinn says, I got it, thank you. Fantastic, excellent. What have you been up to this week, Nathan? Have you had a good week? Has it been a better week than before? What's been happening for you? Hopefully you're feeling uplifted and looking forward to the weekend as well. It's awesome that we've got the weekend just on the horizon, isn't it? It really is super. That's what we're looking for, having a nice weekend where we can just relax, unwind, have some me time, and just do all those really cool things as well that your soul wants you to do. So Quinn says, it said Orion. I did some watching of your videos. I can see more resemblance. Fantastic. Well, my body is currently covered in hives and my lips are swollen. Oh my God, that's why is that then? Why has that happened? Are you a little bit stressed out, gender fluid druid? Sounds like maybe you are a little bit under the weather, or maybe a little bit stressed for some reason. What's going on for you? Let us know what's happening, because sometimes when our body comes up, it's because we're not allowing ourselves to express ourselves, and that's why it can come up in hives. And it's like that. The stuff that lies beneath, it's wanting to come to the surface. So it happens all the time. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be really challenging, really difficult. Oh, okay then. So shall we kick off then? Who wants to leave their date of birth? And what we'll do is we'll have a look at your ruling number, your day number, your color influences, and what that means, for your strengths and weaknesses and your soul purpose and direction. Hi, Mars. Nice to see you. Very nice to see you. I hope you've had a fantastic day, Mar. What have you been up to? Have you been enjoying life this week? What's been going on? Oh wow, it's your son's name, is it? Beautiful. I love Archangel Gabriel as well. It's funny, I was talking to Archangel Gabriel in the middle of the night because I woke up and I couldn't get back to sleep. And I was like, okay, I'm going to bring in an angel. Which one should I bring in? And I actually thought of Gabriel, and I was like, yeah, Gabriel's the boy today, or the girl. I think he's androgynous, or she. Yeah, so and actually I got back to sleep quite quickly once I brought Gabriel in. So Gabriel helps to get your life back on track. And that's what I love about Archangel Gabriel. And the essence spray absolutely smells divine, Quinn. It really does. It's just dreamy. It's like, oh, you just feel like, you're being sort of just slightly gently ushered back onto the right path again if you started veering off in the wrong direction. And it happens so organically. It's beautiful. So it's nice. I remember my mother-in-law, she bought me an Archangel Gabriel, like a little pendant thing, like a few years ago. I didn't really know anything about Gabriel at the time. And yeah, and it's funny because I was looking for through some old clothes, and then all of a sudden I was on the top shelf in my wardrobe, and then this something fell on the floor, and I looked down, and there was this pendant that she'd given me all those years ago. I didn't realize what I'd done with it. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Just working and enjoying the beautiful weather. Beautiful. What do you do, Ma? What's your work? Are you working in welfare, or what do you do to spend your time in your life? Let me know. Wow, everybody's being really good today. Nobody's bombarding me with with your date of birth and that. So yeah, great. Okay, so the more we can just talk today, if you like. We can just talk if we don't want to do any readings. That's awesome. So I can do readings for you if you want me to today. This is really aligned at being able to help you understand yourself or other people better. So even if it's not for you, it might be for somebody that you know and love. You can give me their date of birth, and I can have a look at that for you as well if you like. It's IT procurement. Oh, right, okay. So I used to work in IT recruitment, Ma. So yeah, for many years I worked it was about 12 years until I had my midlife awakening. I worked as a senior IT recruiter, and actually then a business manager for a company in Perth. And then I sort of realized that it wasn't what my soul wanted me to do anymore, and I started having a bit of a midlife awakening where it actually made me quite angry for about 6 months, and I didn't recognize myself actually. And I decided that I needed to sell my house, move down south, so that was about 3-hour drive away from where I was living at the time. Rented a house down there for 4 years, sort of reinvented myself into who I am today. Rebecca Nolan. Hiya, Rebecca. It's nice to see you. Extraordinary Ordinaries here. I'd love a reading on my son. Absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. We can do that for you today. Quinn Hauser says, I know we've done mine, but can we do my friend Richie? Yeah, sure. And then we've got Isaiah Ritchie. Is your friend Richie Isaiah Ritchie? Or is that just a coincidence that name's popped up twice there? Marsham says, nice. Extraordinary Ordinary. His date of birth is the 25th of the 9th, 2019. The chart you did for me about a year ago was spot on. Oh, wow. Fantastic. I don't remember doing that. Did I do a chart for you about a year ago? There you go. See, I lose track in time, and I really do. I don't think the days and the weeks are going really, really quickly at the moment. Where are you in England? Are you from? I lived in Brighton for 4 years. Oh, I used to go to Brighton all the time, Ma. So yeah, I had my best friend used to live in Brighton in Hove, and actually in Shoreham by the Sea as well. Like, she had family there, so I used to go down there just about every weekend. I used to live in London for 2 years and worked in the media for a tabloid TV station. And at the weekends I used to go down to see my friends in Brighton because I liked the scene down there. I used to find it was a lot better for me. But no, then we lived in Milton Keynes and Bedfordshire as well. We lived in the Bedfordshire villages before we came to Australia. That was when me and my husband moved back from Spain, because we lived in the Costa del Sol. We've lived all over the place. Honestly, we have lived literally all over the world. And we're like gypsies. We just keep moving from place to place. It's a coincidence, says Quinn. Okay. Get rid of that frog. Okay, so I'm going to look at, let's have a look. We're going to look at Richie. Should we do Richie first? Now let's do extraordinary, ordinary. Okay. So the 25th, what's the name? Extraordinary, ordinary, 25th of the 9th. 2019. Okay, so very, very new, baby, this one. And what's his name? 2, 2, a 5, and a 1. Winston. Ah, as in Winston Churchill. That's a very regal kind of sounding name, isn't it? Winston. Okay, so he's a day number 7 person, and he's a ruling number 9, 10, 11, 12, 21, 23, 28, and a ruling 10. 4, 13, 18, 20, and a year 2. Okay, so this is it here. All right, and you can see that. Okay, all right. So that's Winston's chart. So as you can see straight away, he's got this arrow here. It's called the arrow of determination. So he's actually going to be, you know, a very determined young man. So he'll be very persistent in achieving his goals in life. He won't give up. So he's not a starter and a stopper, you know. So you'll find that as he develops and grows, yeah, he's going to really start to develop. Okay, now he is going to struggle a little bit to communicate how he's feeling, but he is very sensitive and intuitive because he's got these 2 2s here. So what you find with a lot of the kids that are born around about this time, they're rainbow children, really, and they're here to you know, they're here to sort of uplift the planet by just being. So for him, I feel like, you know, he is somebody who's a humanitarian, he's very wise, but he's got quite a lot of feminine energy, so he's sensitive, possibly going to be quite psychic as well. So he is a day number 7 person, so he's going to have to learn through his own experience. So his Neptunian energy, that's this bottle here, which comes through for him as his day number. Now the 7 has to learn through his own experience, but also has to learn sometimes through sacrifice, but it ends up becoming a teacher in, you know, at some point in life as well, to be able to share the wisdom that has come through from his previous experiences. So that he actually is going to be very interested in looking at the illusions, mystery, miracles, and faith of life. So digging and scratching beneath the surface to find out what lays beneath. So it's not going to just take, you know, everything from face value. So yeah, so he's going to want a sense of freedom, and he's actually a leader, but he's a very beautiful, he's got a very soft feminine power about him as well, which is this bottle here, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which is gold over olive. Now this is his ruling number. So when you're a ruling number 10, it means you're very adaptable. It means that you can sometimes, you know, be a little bit superficial with other people because you don't want people knowing exactly what's going on for you emotionally. But power in the conscious mind there, and a soft feminine energy in the subconscious. So he is a leader, but he's not a non-egotistical, very determined. So I actually feel for him, he would either go into, I think he'll go into teaching or leading or counseling or something like that, where he can help people. Is the feeling that I get, you know, and I think that's the blueprint of a lot of these little rainbows that come in, and they normally incarnate into functional families. That's the way you notice the difference between a rainbow and a crystal child. Like a crystal kid will incarnate into a family maybe that is dysfunctional because there's lessons or karma that still needs to be rebalanced. Rainbow children come directly through from source, so they don't have any karma, so they choose to come directly or directly through a different star system. So I feel like with Winston, this is a kid who is very special, and I feel like he's a rainbow. He's a beautiful rainbow child. Okay, so that's beautiful. Hopefully that's made sense for you. I did a session with you in Vass. Oh, brilliant. What's your name? Extraordinary, ordinary. I'll see if I can remember meeting with you. Oh, fantastic. She's saying, so much of what you are saying is really resonating with me. There you go. That's wonderful. I'm really pleased. Excellent. 11 Kabadja is here again. Hi, Hayden. Is one's life number related to the Starseed family? I'm an 11 Thursday full moon. Yeah, it can be, actually. So when I do the Starseed reports, I look at your numerology, astrology, and color influences to be able to find the correct star system. But, you know, it really does. It comes from lots of different sources, and also intuition that I use to accurately, you know, decipher where your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So yeah, it's quite a detailed process, and I have to sit with it for a while as well, because sometimes there's more than one system that you originate from as well, because we are multi-dimensional. So yeah, it's interesting. Oh, Holly, I remember you, Holly. Absolutely. Oh, and your session was beneficial. I remember you from Mono, definitely. Ah, that's lovely. It's nice to see you here in the Dreamtime Healing Room, Holly. Fantastic. And you've got a lovely little baby there as well. That's wonderful news. Excellent. Yes, I remember. I remember you had quite a transformation during the session as well. I do remember certain people from that time. It was all a bit of a blur, really. when down there, because I was seeing so many people like every single day. It would be like, oh, that like Mark would be sitting at the front of the house, and the door would be going, and he'd be like trying to, you know, work for his employer from home, obviously, and you know, you just see all these people coming in and out, and he'd be like, oh god, the door, you know, it just never stops. I can't concentrate, and I just didn't realize that's what was happening. Goody, I'm going to order a chart this week, says 11 Kabadja. Fantastic. Excellent, good for you. I'm really pleased that you are, because you know, at the end of the day, it is something that's beneficial for you. You know, it helps you to work out who you are and why you're here, and they're the two most asked questions actually on the planet today, is who we are and why we're here. Yes, so Holly says, I did have a great transformation in your session, and I've built on that over the last year. Fantastic. I'm really pleased. Hopefully you're doing your soul work now, because you know, you are an incredible resource to this planet, Holly. Absolutely. Okay, so there you go. All right, so we're going to go and have a look now at let's have a look. Should we do Richard? Can you do my boyfriend Luca? Yeah, we can do Luca. Let's do Luca. I'll just get my thing, my eraser. I left it in my drawer. Isaiah. Oh, let's do. I'll tell you what. We'll do Luke. We'll do Isaiah, and then we'll do Luca. All right, Isaiah. Okay, I'm doing Isaiah first, and then I'll do Luca. Okay, Isaiah Charles Ritchie March. March. March the 12th, January, February, March 2002. So you're 18 years old. Great. Do you know what? I wish I was that awake at 18 years old. Mind you, I probably was. No, yeah, I woke up about 16. Yeah. There you go, Quinn Hauser. Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. It does. It helps you realize who you are and what you're here to do. I think without this information, you struggle, because we're born with amnesia, aren't we? So, Isaiah, you're very sensitive. Okay, so I don't know whether to refer to you as a male or a female, because that name's quite unusual, but I think Isaiah is a female name, but I might be wrong. Now, what we can see from here, look at that. So this is your chart here, Isaiah. So all of your numbers are on the left-hand side, and this is called the arrow of the planner. So for you, you know, it's about, you know, you're very left brain. So you need to have a plan, a process, a strategy. All right. That's what you need to have in your life. You need to have, you know, sort of, you know what's coming next. Like you're a tick list person. You've also got the arrow of frustration, Isaiah. So difficulties as well for you. So I feel for you, you may be coming as a crystal, and maybe there's some dysfunction around you when you were growing up. So your mum and dad's relationship didn't survive, or maybe there was some difficulties. Maybe there's some difficulties for relationships for you as well. And also you've got the arrow of passivity. So sometimes you find it challenging starting projects. All right. So you might need a bit of like encouragement to get going on things. But I feel like you're very sensitive and intuitive, and that's one of your big strengths there, is that you're actually quite psychic and you can read people very quickly. So you're quite empathic, so you might feel how other people are feeling, but trust your intuition. Sometimes it's a little bit over the top. You're a male, Isaiah. Yeah, so yeah, but it's sometimes you have to learn to distrust it a little bit because there's quite an excessive amount of twos. But I feel like your two is moon energy, so it's feminine energy. So yours, you can see it's quite excessive there. But it is a beautiful, like that beautiful sensitivity. So you might like animals or children or old people. You might resonate with them. You've got a vivid imagination. You're quite analytical as well. And your memory is stimulated with this as well. Now, also because you're a day number 3. Now, the day number 3, we get that by adding up the 2 and the 1 of your 12. Now, your 3 energy is Jupiter, and Jupiter is this bottle here in the colour mirror system. It's this one here. Okay, so that's Jupiter. All right, so Jupiter is coral over coral, and this is really good for relationship difficulties as well, actually. And this is an expansion, but it's to do with self-acceptance. So for you, you might have to go through a period of self-acceptance in your life, like learning to accept, love, and honor yourself unconditionally. Now, day number 3 people are quite whimsical. They like music, lyrics, and poetry. But sometimes they have to, and they're fun-loving and bright and breezy, and they like, being an entertainer. It is Christ consciousness as well, so coral is the new Christ ray. So it's a beautiful energy to have in your chart, but you want expansion. So you don't want to stay small in your life. You want to be able to grow and develop and all of that sort of stuff as well. So, yeah, so we can see there that you are a ruling number 6, 9, 10. You're a ruling 10 as well. So exactly the same influence coming through. And this is your major influence, remember, Isaiah. So this is your soft feminine energy. This is the leadership abilities. It's actually when you get olive and gold together like this, it becomes like an Egyptian past life as well. So it's an Egyptian color combination and actually relates to Isis, the goddess that gave birth to the sun. So she was a very soft feminine leader. It's non-egotistical power. It's authentic power and wisdom. Very adaptable person you are, but you probably like to keep your relationships and friendships a little bit superficial because you don't want people to know exactly what's going on for you. So you do find it difficult expressing how you feel because there is a restriction around the throat chakra for you. And also, I feel like you don't know how you feel, so you can react to emotional situations instead of responding to them. So you do tend to rely a lot on your intuition. You could do with some development in independence, development in grounding as well. I feel would be very important for you as well. And you're in a personal year cycle 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're in a 10. All right. So in a 1 rather. So it's fresh new energy for you this year. So what you'll find is that you've got more momentum, more energy to be able to get things done, so be able to take the bull by the horns, Isaiah, and go, right, it's time now to move house, change jobs, or change relationships. That's what happens to us in our personal year cycle 1. All right. Because we travel in 9-year cycles. And when we get to a 1, it's a peak year, so energy comes in, and then it kind of goes down. And when you get to a 4, it's like a trough year, and then it goes up, and then it goes down again. So it's sort of like goes in a bit of a wave of energy. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully that's made sense. Hi, Laura, nice to see you. Good to see you. Laura says, sorry to be late. Hiya, it's all right. You can turn up whatever time you like. I go for an hour on a Friday, so you still got a bit of time to be able to get into this. There you go. So Isaiah, how did that go for you? Did that make sense to you? Of course, if you want to have a full, accurate reading, we have to look at, because these are just insights. We've got to look at your name, your living name, and your date of birth together, and then we read what's going on for your soul urge, your outer expression, your peak years of maturity, your starseed origins, and your soul purpose, of course, come through that as well. And also, your different color combinations. And, it's a very holistic report that if you wanted to have one of those done, they are still on special until the end of June. And they're going up in price from the end of June, obviously new financial year. They're only 39 Australian dollars. So get yours in quickly if you want one, all right? And they'll take about 5 business days to come through now because we've got quite a backlog. Okay, so Isaiah says, I'm an Andromedan starseed and most likely had a life in ancient Egypt. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm an Andromedan starseed as well. So that's awesome, Isaiah. Nice to meet you. Definitely. That's awesome. Andromedan starseeds are us, I reckon. What do you think? Quinn Hauser, I'm obsessed with ancient Egypt. I know, me too now. I've recently just created a video. Actually, I'm going to be uploading it on my channel. It's the 11 most powerful stargates and portals on the planet to be able to go through to higher dimensions. So in ancient Egypt, there's 3 sites in ancient Egypt that I mention in there, which will blow your mind when you watch it. So make sure you watch that when that comes on. Okay, so fantastic. So that we're going to go to you now, Gender Fluid Druid, and we're going to look at Luca. All right, we'll have a look at Luca's. There you go. So the Isaiah, lovely little Andromedan starseed, part of our little Andromedan clan here. Love it. Hey, you should watch Andromeda Val on YouTube. I spoke to her recently. She's lovely. She's like one of the old Andromedans. She's from M13, and she channels Cosmic Sai Baba, who brings through Andromeda Val, which is a multi-dimensional aspect, still living in Andromeda. So it's quite an interesting thing to hear. Hi, Rashley. Nice to see you. Lots of blue hearts there. Hope you're feeling good today. So, Gender Fluid Druid, are you still there, Nathan? So I'm looking at Luca now. So it's the 29th of the 5th. Okay, and that's 1998. All right, that's brilliant. So we're just doing Luca's now. So he's got the 3 9s, an 8, a 1, a 5, a 2. All right. A day number 11, and a ruling number 9, 10, 19, 27, 27, 32, 41, 42, 43, a ruling 7. Okay, so Luke is very spiritual. He's chosen quite a difficult path in life as well. I feel like for him, you know, he's chosen the path of the Olympic spiritual athlete, but he is a teacher and actually somebody who's very interested in exploring the deeper meanings behind life. So this is his chart here. He's a real humanitarian. He's got his very wise old soul, is Luke. And he's got a great sense of responsibility. So I feel like for him, he is more suited to do work in mystic stuff or healing or wellness of some sort rather than corporate. So he could become a teacher, but he's going to have to learn through his own experience. So no one can tell him how to live his life. He has to go through things his own way. And sometimes, unfortunately, that means sacrifice. So he might have to let go of things that no longer serve him. So yeah, so all of it is to remind us that we are divine. You know, that really is what the purpose of life is. And actually, he's also got the arrow of emotional balance. So even though he might have a challenging time in his life, he'll be able to find ways to be able to deal with it quite well. So he's very well adapted to deal with emotional situations. When you've got all of the numbers on your emotional line, so these are physical numbers and these are mental numbers. When all your numbers are present like that, it's called the arrow of emotional balance. And so for him, it means that this can present itself in numerous different ways, but usually it's an adaptability to difficult emotional situations that come in. He's very determined as well to get things done. He's got that arrow of determination. He's very persistent in achieving his goals in life. Very excessive amounts of there. So he's very ambitious and actually he's very idealistic as well. So he may look at the world through rose-coloured spectacles. Hi, Kim G. How are you? New here, grateful, love and light from Australia. Lovely to see you, Kim. Which part of Australia are you in? Are you in Perth like me in WA? Or are you somewhere else? Quinn Hauser, question. I came up with 3 star seeds in my origin. Would one resonate more due to most recent or more lifetimes in that system? Yes, because they all resonate, but one more than the other 2. So yeah, so you have to intuitively sort of go into that and know which one is your. We mostly connect with one aspect of ourselves. Like for me, it's Andromeda, but I've also been through Arcturus and Speaker. So we kind of intuitively have to feel into that. So we'll look at the traits videos that I've created, and then you'll be able to work it out. But remember, you are multidimensional. So we're not just one. We exist simultaneously across many different star systems, but our soul originated from one of those sources after it left source consciousness. All right. So just remember that, and we can trust that. You're in Melbourne. Fantastic. Oh, it's nice to see somebody from over east. Wonderful. Okay, so Gender Fluid Druid says he's very balanced and does have a very tough life. Thank you for this. It helps me understand him so much more. Brilliant. Well, that's what numerology is all about. You know, numerology helps you to understand what's going on at a soul level for somebody and what lessons they've chosen to do on their contract before they arrive here on the planet. Without that information, you know, we can almost be lost like a ship lost without a navigator at sea, you know. So we need to be able to understand ourselves before we can then kind of harness our powers and become the best versions of ourselves. Kim, if you leave your date of birth, I'll do your numerology for you if you like. And what I do is I look at your strengths and weaknesses, your colour influences as well. So I use the beautiful colour mirror system, which is behind me. And, you know, your soul purpose and your starseed origins and all that sort of stuff. So it's really exciting and genuinely accurate as well. It's properly good. So, yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I'm thanks for that feedback, Gender Fluid Druid. I'm glad that you enjoyed your little insights there. It's awesome. Okay, so Kim G, is my birth date is that the 2nd of the 7th, or is that the 2nd of, or the 7th of the 2nd? Because I think it'll be the 2nd of the 7th because you're in Australia. I know the Americans tend to write it the other way around, so it can get a bit confusing from time to time. Now, I just wanted to show you these as well whilst I'm at it. Now, based around your ruling number as well, I actually do these beautiful little pendant necklaces, which are basically aligned to your colours, and they are blown glass. So I wear mine all the time, which is this one here, which is this gorgeous little harvest one, and you get them in a cute little box like that. And they're hand blown glass, and they come in your ruling number colours as well, and they're on special at the moment for only $49. If you want to get one in before the end of the year, let me know. There's a link underneath. Okay, so Quinn, if you get time, can you do my friend Richie as well? Yes, I can. I didn't forget. Hello, Jamie or Jamie or Jamie. They are nice. Those, they are really, really lovely. I've got loads of them, but I tend to wear my orange harvest one, which is my 27/9, which is all the numbers when I add them up in my date of birth, instead of my Mars one, because this is the harvest one is about stepping into courage and confidence and reaping the rewards of a lot of hard work. And I've found that ever since I've worn it, like lots of things have been going right for me. So I just keep it on. It's almost like something that, you know, that just resonates. So Mal says, I'm ordering mine tonight. I know, I got your order, Mal. That's awesome. So, and luckily I have got the Wheel of Fortune and the Saturn necklace in stock. So fantastic. So that's really, really great. So I'll be able to get those out in the post to you ASAP. No problem. Love the pendant, says Ashley. That's awesome. Excellent. They are so nice. They really are. They're beautiful. And I mean, because they're handcrafted as well, each one is unique. So no two are the same. So they're just beautiful and they just feel so nice on. Really very shiny, solid, chunky glass on a really nice necklace as well. Oh, you're brilliant. So you're looking at attending the gathering at Allura. So I'll meet you there then, Kim. That sounds great. There you go. Oh, you just made a channel for the first time. Fantastic. What's your channel all about, Jamie? You have to let us know. Let us know what you're doing. Always learn so much from your videos. Can't wait for the portals to upload. I've been trying to find some around the US, Northern Midwest. Yeah, there's plenty around there. Definitely. So the 2nd of July, 1960. I'm doing yours, Kim, now. All right, so here we go. So 1, 2, 7, 6, 9. Oh, interesting. So you're a bit like me, Kim, right? So we're people with no arrows, right? Me and you. A lot of people have arrows. Now, arrows can be positive or negative. If you have got 3 numbers that are missing in a line, it's a bit like noughts and crosses. It's a negative arrow. If you've got 3 in a row, which are present, then that's a positive arrow usually. You're like me, so you don't have any arrows, okay? Because I was born 16th of 1072, so we've got the same numbers. So what this means is that your big lesson in life is wise assertiveness, Kim. So it's learning to assert yourself wisely instead of like maybe sometimes coming out with stuff and then going, oh shit, I wish I'd never said that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like making sure that you always think of yourself as well, instead of always doing stuff for other people. So for you, you know, it's you're a very adaptable person. You love partnerships because your day number is a 2 and the 2 is moon energy. So moon is this, okay? So there you go. So this is the moon energy, which is pale blue over a royal blue, and it's feminine. Of course, the moon, it's Mother Mary energy, really, and it's intuition, it's sensitivity and partnerships, because the 2 likes to be, you know, together in a partnership. So for you, you're probably more of a PA to the boss rather than the boss, you know, so you're not a 1, you haven't got that masculine sort of I want to lead energy, but this comes in as like feminine, soft, feminine, sensitive energy there about you. You struggle a bit to communicate how you speak. So actually a blue moon bottle helps to activate your throat chakra. So it helps you to find the words that you need to be able to, express yourself from your heart. And that's one of the challenges sometimes that the day number 2 people come up against. You are very creative and you love the home and very intuitive as well. But sometimes you have to learn, you might have to sacrifice either love, health, or money, one of those 3 things in your life and that pattern will keep on repeating itself until you've learned the lesson, you can move on from it. And the reason why I know that is because you've got an isolated 7. So that means that, until that lesson's learned, it keeps on having to come round again. So you're a 9, 10, 16, 16, 23, 24, 25. So you're a ruling number 7 as well. Okay, so that 7 energy is Neptune, which is the Roman god of the sea, otherwise known as Poseidon, or the king of Atlantis. So it's Atlantean wisdom. So this is all about faith and miracles, magic and mysteries and illusions. This is really where you step into your spiritual teacher. 7s a lot of the time do come out as being teachers, spiritual teachers. That's what they align with, or they go into the judiciary services or they go into butchery as well, because often like 7s are really good with knives for some reason. I don't even know why that is. So Quinn says, oh, need the blue moon bottle. My tarot channel starts the 1st of July. Fantastic. How exciting, Quinn. I'll definitely, if you send me a link, I'll definitely check you out and jump on and support you with that as well. So that's fantastic. I'm so proud of you all. You're just amazing people, just doing great things on the planet, following your passions and your inspirations. And it's really quite cool, actually, because when I first started my channel, I had no idea that you could even monetize a Facebook channel. I was YouTube channel. I was like, I was just doing it because I loved creating videos, and that's the reason why I do it still. But then when you get to 1,000 subscribers, you're able to, monetize it by putting ads on there, of course, and it was like, oh, that's cool. And, I had no idea that some of my videos would get as many views as they have. I mean, compared to other people, they've had very few views. But for me, it was like, wow, this is really cool that, I think my video with the most views on my channel is like 22,000 or something. And of course, that's how you sort of meet your tribe, and it's just a beautiful way of being able to sort of connect with the global community, and also to be able to sort of just do your soul work. So I think YouTube is an amazing tool to have. Really, I think it really is brilliant. Everybody should harness it and be sharing their wisdom amongst each other. I think it's great. So so that's your 7 energy, Kim. Did that make sense for you? Now you're in a personal, we travel in 9-year cycles, Kim, and at the moment you're in a 4. Okay, so you're actually aligned with the universal year cycles, and that's because we're in 2020, and when you add 2 and 2 together, it's a 4. So you're in your personal year cycle 4 as well. So it means that there's change and disruption of old order going on in your life at the moment. So sometimes that can be letting go of old people, places, but sometimes it can feel stagnant as well, because it is a trough year where you're trying to recuperate your energy, so you've got enough for the remaining 5 years of your cycle. There you go. Fantastic. I'm really pleased, Kim. Thank you so much for your insight. What you mentioned so resonates. Well, it's numerology, you see. Numerology doesn't lie. As I keep saying, like, it's humans that lie, not numerology. So it's a great soul language. It's the language of light, really. So yeah, so you've got some beautiful influences there. Lots of blue. And remember, in color therapy, blue is acquisitive. So blue wants to attain. It wants to gather things. Whereas red pushes away because it's scared of getting hurt and it's trying to survive. Blue draws towards. So there's quite a lot of blue energy in your reading. So you might want to acquire things in your life, people and things, that type of thing. There you go. About to move into state. Excellent. You sold your house. There you go. Fantastic. It's very interesting. Well, it's Atlantean wisdom, Ashley. That's the thing. So turquoise energy is Atlantean. All right. So this is like, everyone presumes Atlantis was a mythical city, but it actually existed. And now we're finding scientific proof now. But nobody knows the true location of Atlantis. People, sometimes assume it's under the Antarctic, or some people think it's like the Azores or off the coast of Gibraltar, or there's all sorts of suspected locations for it. And actually, I don't think that we need to know that right now. It will reveal itself eventually, I think. Excellent, yeah. Because turquoise as well is about faith. Remember that. So, Jamie, did you want me to have a look at your chart as well? I'm going to look at, next I'm going to have a look at, where is it? I'm going to have a look at Richie. What's Richie's date of birth again? Could save me scrolling up and down. Could you give me your friend Richie's again, please? And I'll have a look at his next. Excellent. So there you go, Kim. Excellent. It's not live yet. It will be under waves of light healing. It's tarot, oracle, and Reiki. How beautiful. I love it. Well done, you. Fantastic. Hiya, Jamie. Yeah, let me know if you want me to have a look at yours as well, and I'll do that for you. And you're moving close to the water. There you go. A lot of the time as well, these sevens, they need to be by that water element. Yeah, so they are attracted by the whales and dolphins because they were seeded by the Pleiadians and the Syrians. You're very welcome. Just your birthday, Jemay? Yeah, just your birthday. Quinn. Okay, so the 4th of February, 1987. And this is Richie. All right, so Richie, hi. If you end up watching this, this one is for you. Okay, so I'm doing a Pythagorean birth chart for you at the moment and looking at your strengths and weaknesses and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures and all sorts of cool stuff. Now, you're actually a very active, practical person, always on the go, likes to do lots of things here, there, and everywhere. You're always busy. And actually, you like physical involvement in life as well. And, you know, that's the reason I can see that is because you've got all your numbers there on the physical. And then you've also got all your numbers present in a line, arrow of activity on the active end of your birth chart. So you're always doing. So quite a practical, physical person, probably quite good with your hands as well. Now you struggle a little bit to communicate though how you feel, and sometimes you react to emotional situations instead of responding to them. So there is a restriction around the throat chakra, and that's because you've only got 1, 1 and no 5. You're very sensitive as well, so actually quite a sensitive guy, in touch with your emotions, but you're intuitive, you know, and actually quite an independent person too. Very organized, you know. I'd say that you're quite a practical person because your day number is 4. Now 4 energy is, you know, doing, it's manual. 4 is the square, so if you think of the square, it's very material, but in color therapy it's represented by the planet Uranus. Now Uranus is yellow over deep turquoise. Okay, so Uranus is about change and disruption of old order. So this is like an explosion of old structures in your life. So sometimes these people have to go through rebuilding, you know, and that's for a positive future outcome. Now, your ruling number carries the most weight, and we get this by adding up all of the numbers in your date of birth. And you're a 9, 10, 18, 9, 25, 27, 31. So you're actually a 31-4. So you're a day number 4 and you're a ruling number 4. So this means that you're very practical. You know, it's like it's all very material. So you'll like nice things. You'll want to accumulate nice things, nice houses and cars and clothes and, you know, just have things, the material. It's very 3-dimensional. But it's also, you know, a lot of 4 people, they'll go into building or construction, or they'll go into, you know, the physical manual arts, or, you know, and that type of thing as well. So I feel like you are a real blokey bloke, Richie, and you know, I think that, you know, you're a provider. You know, you're an old school chap that, you know, that's got you know, it's probably very good with your hands, and actually, you know, a lot of them end up going to the gym, or they end up in sports or stuff like that. It's just where you can kind of do a lot of cool physical stuff. All right, so hopefully, Quinn, that's made sense for Richie. But you know, he's got this lovely, he's got a nice soft element as well, because he has got that 2 energy, which is the moon. So he's got a sensitivity about. He could resonate with this, but I think for him, it would also be a little bit woo-woo as well. Yeah, so because that 4 energy is so grounded and so practical. Great. Oh, he's at work. What does he do? Is he working down to mines? Renee. Hiya, Renee. Nice to see you. It's good to see you. Okay, so Jane. Now, remember, guys, if you want to have a proper Starseed report, doing a Starseed Numerology report, which looks at your personalised birth, and your living name, which I can get your, I can get your soul urge number from that, which is what your soul came here to do, your outer expression, which is where you're perceived by the outside world, and your peak years of maturity, in which we have 4. And all of your color influences, and what star system that your soul originated from after it left soul consciousness, and what your soul purpose is. So it looks at all of those aspects in a personalized 15-page report, which is handcrafted. It's not computer generated. It takes 5 business days. So they're on at only $39. If you want one of those, get in before the end of June, because the prices are going up in July, from the 1st of July, the new financial year. Excellent. So Jamie, I'm with you now. So there is the August the 9th, 1993. So the 9th of August, 1993. Excellent. Who else have we got here with us today? Now, if you are here watching as well, please remember to like the video, because YouTube likes videos and shows videos that get liked, and subscribe to my channel as well if you haven't done so already, and click the bell for future notifications. Okay, I need to see those likes going up. They're not going up. Come on, guys, click the like button. There you go. Do something for humanity. All right, and if you like this video as well, please share it with your friends, because birds of a feather flock together. Or so we keep hearing. So, okay, so I'm looking at yours now. Don't be scared. It's nothing to be scared of. This is proper cool and just really accurate as well. All right, so there we go. So this is Jamie's. Hiya, Jamie. Now, Jamie, just so I know how to refer to you, are you a boy or a girl? I can't tell from that name, because that's an androgynous name, isn't it? Right, so what we can see is, well, we look at the biggest influences that you've got going on. First of all, we see you're a day number 9 person, okay? And yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you which is the best one for you. But first of all, we'll look at your day number. Now, your day number is this one, okay? So this is red over orange. So this is my ruling number. This is Mars. Mars is the planet of war. So this is like, the people with the day number 9, they want to help people. It's a humanitarian number. They're also very wise, and they tend to be more suited to celestial than corporate. Okay, there is a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of ambition and idealism that comes in with this as well. But the Mars bottle reminds us that we've got to do and say what needs doing and saying at the time, instead of getting meek, mild, and angry and frustrated. So there's a lesson in that. So it's using that energy, red energy, that fire energy, using it assertively and not bottling it up so it explodes as anger. Okay, so that's the key with that. The other thing that we've got is those 3 9s. Now that's, again, it's an emphasis on that number 9. So that's your fire energy. Remember what we said about the 3 primary colors earlier on, that blue acquires and red pushes away. So you've got this red energy that's pushing away, and a lot of the time it's because of survival. It's like you might have been hurt, so you push people away so that they don't continue to hurt you. So there's that element that's going on. Now you are very independent, very organized, and you like to be in control as well. Your mind, your left brain, your memory, and your analytical side and your imagination is stimulated, because you've got an isolated 3 and you've got an isolated 1, and that's that number there. So because it's isolated, it means that sometimes you can drift off into fantasy world. Also, sometimes you can isolate yourself a little bit, but I feel for you, it's difficult for you to communicate how you feel as well. So there's a struggle around that. All right. Sometimes you might need your own space. You might need to retreat away and enjoy your own space there. What else can I tell you? Okay, so you've got the arrow of frustration. So there's difficulties in relationships for you, and also there can be challenges from when you were growing up. Your mum and dad's relationship may be separated, or maybe there was other difficulties for you as you were growing up, like you didn't feel like you fit in, or there was some ill health or something that was challenging or difficult when you were growing up, and this can knock on into kind of relationship issues that can go on as well. I'm trying to move to my own place in 2 weeks. Fantastic. Excellent. That's brilliant. Sometimes that's really, really important, and having your own space will help. Okay, so you're a ruling number 9, 10, 19, 22, and 8 is 22, and 8 is 30, 39, 9, 10, and 12. So you're a ruling number 3. So the 3 people are all about expansion. It's Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. Coral over coral is the color of the new Christ ray, and this is about self-acceptance. So you are fun-loving. You like to be the life and soul of the party as well. So you've got that aspect. You are, uplifted, but quite whimsical, inspired by poetry, lyrics, and music. This is like the 3 is it often experiences self-doubt. and needs to learn to self-accept. So self-acceptance comes up with the ruling 3 people. So this would be a great remedy for you, you know, for your ruling number, the coral over coral, or, you know, even something like this, the 9 energy, which is the red over orange. I actually feel like your day number, because you've got so many 9s in, I think this red over orange pendant would be dreamy for you. And it would just remind you of that fire energy that you've got, and that importance of you saying what you need to say at the time. I'm just looking at the numbers here. We've got 1111, so 11 people watching and 11 likes. It's funny how the 1111 comes in. It's like a little sign of the ascension. It's like the rainbow bridge as we cross from corporate into celestial world. You know, it's the magenta, the blending of our red survival and our violet spiritual colors. There you go. So there you go. I'm drawn, and there you go. Jamie says thanks. The red over orange one is the one that I'm drawn to most. Do you know, I love that necklace. I've got my orange and gold one on now, but the other one that I've got for me, because I'm a ruling 9, is my red and orange one, and I wear that when I'm low in energy, and it helps to pick me up, and it actually helps me to communicate, because we have to look at the complementary colors to the colors that we see, because we see it as that, we perceive those colors as that. But actually, what we're seeing is the complementary colors, which is the opposite color, because it's just the way our eyes perceive light. And what we get with that really is that it's blue and green. And blue and green is communication. It's the communication bottle in the Colour Mirror system, which is this one here. So it helps us communicate our truth, all right? Because the opposite color to orange is blue, and the opposite color to red is green, all right? And that's called communication. Thank you once again, Ashley, for being so generous this week. You're just a gem to have in the Dreamtime Healing Room. I genuinely appreciate the donations. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for being such an avid and loyal fangirl. Fangirl. So yeah, fantastic. Really, really like that. And then Jamie says, I keep seeing 1111 since yesterday, and 333. Well, the 333, you know, check out the Masons, the Freemasons, and that'll explain more about the 333. But it also means that expansion is coming your way when you see that. It's angels whispering in your ear saying, expansion's on the horizon. And it sounds like it is with that move that you're about to do as well. Thank you, Ma. That's so generous of you as well. Like, get you, Ma Shams. What a lovely lady you are. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Genuinely flattered on. Now we've got somebody called Shiloh M, who's here. Hiya, or is it Shiloh? Shiloh, would you be kind enough to give me some insight? My name is Shiloh, and my birthday is August the 28th, 1975. Yes, I will. Definitely will for you, Shiloh. And great name as well. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. You just never know, because there's so many unusual names that I'm getting at the moment. Some really cool names as well. You know, I didn't even know these names existed. I'm a bit of a traditionalist with names. So like my favorite names, right, you might laugh at this. So my favorite name for a woman is Brenda, and my favorite name for a man is Hayden. Of course it is. So there you go. Excellent. Shiloh, pronounced Shiloh. Fantastic. Jamie, you can what you can do is, like, you just have to go to, there's some links underneath the video. You just email hayden@haydencrawford.com. Just do that, or you can jump on my website and email me through that. It's probably easier just to send me an email, because I notice a lot of the time when people send me messages through my website, it goes into my junk and spam, and it takes me a while to actually retrieve the information. I don't know what's going on with it, so I'm gonna have to get my computer technician to have a look at that and get that sorted out. So there's just information coming in all over the place from different channels. Excellent, Kim. Yeah, no problem at all. That's lovely. Thank you for that. There you go, Ashley. Really good ones today. No, they are good ones, aren't they, today? There you go, Ashley. Okay, fantastic. Well, look, I'm going to do you now, okay, in the most biblical sense of the word. Oh, sorry, Renee says, I remember you showed us Mother Mary's colour bottle. Could you explain the meaning behind the colours? Yeah, of course. Quickly, I'll just do that for you. Okay, so the Mother Mary, this is the moon bottle, but it carries Mother Mary energy because blue in color therapy is about protection and safety and security and peace and calm. So the energy, the waves of energy that come through that, and actually Mother Mary was Pleiadian. Some might say that she was from Sirius, but I think she was Pleiadian. And of course, we know that the Pleiadians as well, they wear those beautiful clothes, don't they? And often, you know, they struggle with communication. So that's the energy waves. I've bathed in that bottle. I actually rebirthed myself in the blue moon bottle, because when I was born, I was taken from my mum because it was a difficult birth, and I was away from her for 2 weeks. So that's why I think for a large part of my life, I was a bit of a mummy's boy. I wanted to be where my mum was, because obviously, you know, I felt like that there was this sense of separation. Of course, being a starseed baby as well from Andromeda, very, very sensitive. You know, it was challenging. So also my dad wasn't present at the time that I was born, and I must have felt very alone. So I had to go. I used the blue moon bottle to put in my bath, bathe, and the vibration of the blue energy went through my cells, and I actually had this amazing vision during the bath of me being reborn, but coming out. And I kind of told the story in a different way. So I could see my sister and my dad standing there when I was being born, and I wasn't taken away. So it helped to heal all of that, almost like abandonment, issues of abandonment. And of course now, like, you know, my relationship, I think, is much more healthy with my family. You know, I don't need them. Obviously I love them, but you know, it's all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Hi Isaiah, nice to see ya. Isaiah Griffin, you're the second Isaiah that we've got in here today. That's unusual, because it's quite an unusual name as well, Isaiah. Yeah, that's strange. Is everyone else thinking that's a bit strange? We've had 2 Richies and 2 as well. So Shiloh, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. I just go Baba clackering sometimes and get a bit distracted. So you are August the 28th, of August, 1970. Okay, I'm getting to that cup of tea time. All right, so just to be warning you. Excuse me. I think I need a cup of tea. All right, so there we go. I'll go 28th to the 8th. Ooh, very good. Very positive chart, Shiloh. Even if I do say so myself. There you go. I was 3 months premature, so I think I'll do also. I've got some purchasing to do. Oh God, look at you. Look at you go, honestly. Just you're so naughty. There you go. So I'm a starseed too, says Shiloh. RH negative blood. I don't know if there's any correlation, but yeah, there is. A lot of starseeds particularly have RH negative blood, so that's a huge sign. It's not to say that everyone with RH negative blood is a starseed, or people that aren't, who don't have that blood type, aren't a starseed. But that's a dead giveaway. Absolutely a massive giveaway, Shiloh, for sure. For shizzle. So we've moved on to 1212 now, so we're on a higher vibration even now. Okay, so that's really cool, isn't it? 2s have been popping up everywhere for me over the last week, says Holly. Have they? Wow. Well, that's all about your intuition, expanding your sensitivity, and that's that moon energy, you know, that emotional energy. The moon, if you think about it, governs our emotions and the tides and seasons and cycles. Wow, Isaiah. We'll certainly have a look at it, Isaiah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. No, it's absolutely true. You should watch my Starseed. I nearly said Starseed videos that I've created on my channel. It goes through all of the different Starseed races from Pleiadian all the way through to Alpha Centauri. Check them out. All right, so we're on you now. So Shiloh. Shiloh has got the arrow of determination. So you're a very positive, you know, very persistent person when you set a goal for yourself. So you'll want to see that through to finality. You'll also notice here as well that you've got this arrow. All of your numbers are present on the emotional side, which is the arrow of emotional balance. So you're very well equipped to deal with emotional situations, but this can present itself in numerous different ways, Shiloh. So this means that's one of the ways it can express itself. You're very intuitive, you know how you feel, and you're very, very independent as well. You've got the 2-8 energy. So the energies of the 8 is independence, organization, and control. When it's amplified, when there's 2 of them, it means that you're kind of very independent. You want to do things your own way. So you're very determined and independent. You also got this arrow here, which is called the arrow of activity. So you're always on the go, always wanting to do things, be there, do that, with those people doing all this different stuff. So you're very active, you know, quite an energetic sort of like one of those energy bunny things, the Duracell ones. What am I talking about? Then you've also got like this one energy here, which is only one. So you do kind of struggle sometimes to get your words out and to talk about how you feel. Even though you know how you feel, there is a restriction around your throat, okay, of the way you communicate. So just look for that, because there could be some rebalancing that could take place there. No 3 or 6 as well. So your imagination and creative aspects could do with some rebalancing as well. Now, I feel like for you, because you're a day number 28, which is the 10, is your day number is your second biggest influence in your birth chart. Now yours is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It's this bottle here. All right, so it's gold over olive, and this is a very soft feminine power that can never be misused. So it's non-ego based leadership. It's a very beautiful soft feminine energy that you have access to. It means you're very adaptable as well in your life, so you can put you into any environment and actually do quite well. The other thing that you've got going for you is you're a 9, 10, 17, 22, 38, and 40. You're a ruling number 4. So you're very practical and very good with your hands as well. So I feel like you're a practical person who likes to build. You know, you like to, so you know, if you are working within holistics, you might be more of a yoga teacher or massage, because the hands, you know, the 4 is about doing things with the hands, and you're a doing person. You're a doing leader sort of thing, that's always on the go with great emotional balance and determination. So, you know, remember Uranus, this bottle here, which is yellow over deep olive, deep turquoise, is disruption and change of disruption of old order. Okay, so this really is about, you know, you breaking down old patterns, people, structures, places that are no longer in alignment with the golden view or golden vision that you have of the age of Aquarius. So sometimes it can mean that we have to let go of what no longer serves us. Okay, lovely, excellent. Yeah, check the videos out. There's loads of them on there. I think there's about 11 Starseed videos that are on my channel. They're actually the most popular videos on my entire channel, because people want to know who they are and what they're here to do. That's what's coming up for humanity right now, is like we're sick of being told all this BS that we taught at school, you know, about how we originated from a monkey to now. And, you know, they're missing out a massive part of our evolution. It's like, why? Like, why didn't they tell us about that? I don't understand it. There you go. So she says, yes, I'm a free spirit and I have been called an energizer bunny. Oh, is that what they're called? I'm very intuitive, empathic, but also an introvert and a loner. Yeah, that's right. There is all of that going on in your chart as well. Definitely. Yep. There you go. There you're fantastic. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. You're very, very welcome, Shiloh. Remember, if you wanted to have something that's more substantial, you can get your Starseed Numerology Chart done, which is a personalised 15-page report, which goes into your date of birth as well as your living name and looks at all of those different aspects and your colour influences as well, and which star system that your soul originated from at the time you were born. They're only $39 Australian until the end of June, obviously. All right, so Isaiah, I'm going to go to you now. All right, Isaiah. Still there? So Isaiah was born on December the 19th, 2002. Now, I'm sure Isaiah is a biblical name, isn't it? Isn't that a biblical name? Does anyone know the meaning of the name Isaiah? Because there's 2, all right? We noticed that there's been 2 of everything today. 2 Isaiahs, 2 Richies. What else is going to come in pairs? Who knows? All right. And it's the 26th today, so it's got nothing to do with it. All right, then. So I'm trying to read meaning into something that's not there. Okay, right. Concentrate, Hayden. I am. All right. Don't talk back to me. I'm not. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna read. So no, we're not doing you. We are doing. I'm exhausted. All right. So Isaiah. All right. Okay. Somebody's got to, I hope somebody's researching what the name Isaiah is now. You are, aren't you? The 19th of December 2002. All right, Isaiah. All right, so you're 18, so just a young one as well. Now, Isaiah, are you a boy or a girl? Because I think the last Isaiah that we spoke to today was a boy. So are you male or female? It must be a popular name or something for the new generation, the new gen. There you go, Zaya. Okay, so what we can see straight away with Zaya is all of these twos. Look at those twos, like 3 twos there. You're very sensitive. You're very empathic. You might feel emotions of other people and think that you're your own. So protection needs to come in. That's that moon energy, that 2 energy that we've been talking about. Okay, so you're very psychic, sensitive, intuitive. You know, your third eye, which is your pituitary gland, is wide open, or it should be, and it means that you're very sensitive as well. So you know you might get easily hurt. You're also somebody who's got beautifully balanced communication. So you're a great talker as well as being a great listener. But sometimes you do react to emotional situations instead of responding to them because there's no 5. What we can see as well, you've got the arrow of frustration and you've got the arrow of the inquirer, 2 negative arrows in your chart. Now, this doesn't mean to say that you're a negative person. It just means that you've chosen difficult soul lessons for yourself. And this means that, you know, either you were brought up in an environment where your mum and dad aren't together anymore, or it could be that you find it difficult in relationships with people, or that there were some challenges as you were growing up. Now, you can be a little bit skeptical of new concepts, especially those that aren't scientifically proven, until you get your own proof, and then you become an avid convert. So this is the arrow of skepticism, or the arrow of the inquirer. So you have to go through your own research. You've got an isolated mind, means you're very ambitious as well, and you're very wise and a determined person as well. You're a day number 10 person, that 10 energy, that Egyptian color combination, the Wheel of Fortune, gold and olive, is your day number, which is your soft feminine energy for leadership. So you like to be the leader, not the follower, but you're non-egotistical. And actually you're a 4, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16, 17. You're a ruling number 8. All right. So the ruling 8 is Saturn energy, and Saturn is lilac over violet. All right. So this is your major influence, and the 8 likes to be organized, independent, and in control. All right, so the 8 is it's very Leo energy, really. You know, it's that sort of, but it's nurturing as well. So it likes to look after people. So it will always put other people's needs before itself. Usually, there's a lot of wisdom there, and a lot of spirituality. And the 8 is very independent, so it likes to be in control and do its own thing. So for you, I feel, you know, it's you know, you're a leader. You're very independent. The Saturn is basically old father time, and so Saturn wants to absolutely make sure that the future is built on solid foundations. So it likes it very process driven, you know. And a lot of the ruling 8s go into the travel industry, or they go into accounting or banking or finances of some sort as well. And they do make good money managers. Not like the 9s. The 9s aren't very great money managers. They'll just kind of spend willy nilly. Whereas the 8s recognize that, you know, time is what gets you to where you need to get to, and that's how it works. An Israelite prophet. Okay, Isaiah was an Israelite prophet, says Jamie. Excellent. I'm going to look more into that later on. So an Israelite prophet. Ooh, exciting. Investigations all around. Shiloh says, Ashley, really, I thought I'm Andromedan. Don't know much about Lyran. What aspects? Like a Syrian, a Lyran, Syrian. It could be Syrian, Ashley. That's a really good point. It sounds like that. Isaiah means to save, and the end sounds like you are, like God. Beautiful. The salvation of the Lord. Beautiful. There you go, Holly. That was well researched, wasn't it? Salvation of the Lord. So we've had that twice today. 2 salvations of the Lord. Beautiful. That's something to reflect and contemplate on, isn't it, today? Well, look, guys, time's run out. I've got people to see, places to go, and bottles to wrap, literally. And then I'm off out this afternoon going to a meeting, actually. So that's going to get me out. I don't think I've left the house in about 4 weeks. Yeah, so I've kind of been sellotaped to this chair, which probably isn't very healthy. But, you know, we go through that in our lives, don't we, sometimes? Kim G, to Shiloh, I'm alone too. If you ever wish to chat, you're most welcome to contact. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm an elemental, love dragons, empath crystals, and new energies coming in. Love it all. That's beautiful. God, Kim, you're going to so love the Colour Mirrors system. You check out my store on my website, because a lot of the essence sprays that I work with are the angels and the dragons. It's the dragon energy that I work with Colour Mirrors. And there's like the royal blue dragon, the red dragon, the pink dragon, the lilac dragon, the black dragon, the white dragon. check it out. I think you'll absolutely love it. They're amazingly gorgeous scents as well. They're so nice. And they've got all the starlights there as well. And the starlights connect you up to your star system. So once you find out which star system you're from, I recommend getting your essence, spraying it around you, because it helps you to connect up the energy of your star system, you see. So like I've got all of mine now. So Starlight Radiance is the one for, Starlight Innocence, which is a pinkish colour one, is the one for Andromedans. We've got one that's really good for Syrian. Starlight Connection, which is very good for Arcturus. So depending away from, there's slightly different variations in colours and scents. So they're absolutely beautiful. Check out the, I've got a link underneath the video that takes you through to my website. Just go into the store and it's listed all of the colours, all the meanings of all the colours, and all of the different remedies, both the dual coloured oil bottles and the essence sprays as well. So, and also there's heaps of learning on my channel as well. So there you go. Thanks so much. Love, love, love and light to you all. You too as well. Have a fantastic time. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Be good. All right. And if you can't be good, be careful. Bye for now.